Hi everyone, I have a new video for you guys today, and it's just a black pink bronzy smoky eye that I came up with. So first off, I'm just moisturizing my face. You always want to do this before you put makeup on, regardless if you just did or not. Then I'm going in with my Nivea Men's Shave Balm in Sensitive, and I'm just rubbing that in so it gets tacky before I put my foundation on. For foundation, I'm using my Flawless Finish E.L.F foundation and my L'Oreal True Match Lumi. I'm just dotting that all over my face so I can get an even coverage. And I'm going to be going in with my beauty blender and just blending this all out. For foundation, I don't really care much about coverage just because I don't have much to cover. I just want like an even skin tone since I have a little redness around my nose, but I'm going in with the concealer afterwards anyways, and my concealer is pretty heavy duty, I guess you could say. I mean, it doesn't feel like it, but it covers well. So I'm using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Chantilly. I'm just putting this under my eyes and my highlight areas and my forehead, my nose, a little around my underneath my nose and my chin, using my Real Techniques blending sponge again, just dabbing that out. I also put it over my eyelids just to basically prime for any eyeshadow that we're going to be using. Then after that, I'm using my Ben Nye Super White Professional Powder, and I just put a little bit of it in the lid because it goes a really long way. And here I'm using my Beauty Blender sponge, but then I realized it kind of like got all cakey and weird, so I just wiped it off, redid my concealer, and now I'm using a fluffy brush to pack that underneath my eye, around my nose, my forehead, and my chin. This is super brightening and I'm obsessed with it, and I got a really big one because I didn't know what size it would be, but I'm very happy that I got the big one and that I love it, so I'm just going to use it all the time. And it's not heavy at all. It's the like thinnest powder ever for underneath the eyes and baking, and it just blends so nicely under the eye and around the face. I'm also just putting that on my lids. Then I'm going in with my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder and my E.L.F powder brush and just putting a little bit of that around the rest of my face and blending that super white powder out as well. This will make it so your bronzer, your highlight, and everything else just buffs out super easily on your face and doesn't get all patchy, because if you don't do that, then it'll get super patchy. Then I'm going in with this NYC Sun and Bronze bronzing brick type thing, and I'm using an E.L.F powder type brush thing just to buff that all on my cheeks, just to give it a little glow. Because for this look I didn't really want to use any blush, I just wanted it to be bronzy and smoky, so that's what I did. And I'm also going in with my Smashbox bronzer because this one isn't shimmery, so I'm just using that as well, just to warm it up a smidge bit more. I know it looks kind of intense on the camera. I don't know why. I think my camera settings were all weird, but whatever, what can I do now? Just putting that on my jawline, around my neck, so it all blends. And then I'm taking my Real Techniques sponge again and just kind of patting on it so it's not as intense. And now doing the eyebrows, going in with that Smashbox bronzer again. I'm just using this as an eyeshadow and on a random blending brush that I have no idea where I got it from. Just popping this in the crease, and I also do put it underneath my eye as well. For blending shadows, you really want to look at how you're holding your brush. You see how I'm doing it right now? I'm just kind of plopping it on, but I'm also doing those circular motions, and that'll really help you blend out your shadows and they won't be all like harsh. And I'm going in with this Bridesmaid shade from Morphe brushes, and I am just popping that in the crease as well with this Real Techniques brush. I think it's a concealer buffer brush, but I really like it for eyeshadow because it just blends everything so nicely. Because it's so soft and like duo fiber-ish, it's really nice for blending. So I'm just putting that all over the outer crease, in the inner crease, and underneath the eye as well. Then I'm taking my Nude'Tude palette and I'm taking the burgundy shade, I believe it's called Sexy. And I'm just using a smaller, more defined kind of angled brush, and I'm just putting that on the inner and the outer corners and also bringing it in the crease as well. Then you want to go in with an actual blending brush and blend this out. This look is all about blending. You really need to focus on blending for a smoky eye because you are using black and such dark shades. you need to blend until your hand falls off, basically. And here I am trying to open this NYX black jumbo pencil, and obviously it's kind of impossible, if you can see in the video. So just putting that on my lid, and it really doesn't have to be that neat, but with this product I found that it's kind of hard to blend, so I just did little by little and then kept building it up for how I wanted it to be. For this look, you really can go as dark or as light as you want. If you want it to be more of a gray, kind of not as dark black, then you can do that. You don't even have to go as intense to that as I did, but I wanted it to be like a black smoky eye. So as you can see, just popping that on little by little and then blending it out. I decided that using my finger made it a lot easier to blend this color out. And then just going in with the black shade from the Nude'Tude palette as well, and I'm just packing that on the lid. I did use this little brush, but then I just ended up using my finger because it was so much easier. And then I went in with a blending brush and just blended it out. Blend, blend, blend until you can't anymore. Literally until you can't anymore. Your hand has to fall off. Then I'm taking this kind of stiff, I don't even know what this brush is. It's kind of like an angled, stiff concealer type brush. I don't really know. But I'm just using that to pack on the color as well. And then here I am taking that brush, the blending brush, and just blending, blending, blending. Seriously, can't say it enough. If you want to do a look like this, you have to blend so much. Otherwise, you're going to look like you got punched in the face. Well, the eye. Taking that sexy color again from the Nude'Tude palette, I'm taking it on this little paintbrush that I got from Michaels. It's just any kind of liner brush, but it's kind of thick to be a liner brush, so I just use it to color under my liner or my lash line when I don't want it to be super blended out. Then I'm going to take my blending brush and blend that out a little bit just so it's not a harsh line, because I wanted it to be smoky and not like defined harsh. Taking my original Naked Urban Decay palette, I'm taking the color Virgin and I'm putting that on my brow bone on this little tiny brush, and I'm also using this to kind of blend out the crease shadow because I went up a little too high with the crease shadow in the black darkness. So I'm just using that to blend it out. Then taking the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk and I'm popping that in my inner corners and using my finger to blend that out a little bit. For this, I just like to tap on the white or the color just to blend it out ever so slightly. And then I'm taking my MAC Ready to Party shade. This was upside down and I didn't realize it until then. But I am obsessed with this color. Seriously, perfect highlight, perfect eyeshadow, perfect everything about it. You have to get it. It's the most beautiful purple iridescent shade I've ever seen. So I'm just really packing that on the inner corners because the eye is such a dark shade. I really wanted some pop on the inner corner. So again, just taking that Real Techniques blending brush, just blended it out a little bit so it wasn't all patchy. And then taking that Virgin color again on my finger, just popping that on the inner corner as well. And then here I am taking that Ready to Party shade again, and I'm just going to highlight with this on my face. And on that big fluffy brush again, just doing my cheekbones, around my tail of my eyebrow, the top of my nose, the tip of my nose, my cupid's bow, my chin, my forehead. I love to look like I'm a disco ball just because I'm so dry. I love to really pack on that highlight. Then I'm taking these Cherry Blossom number 107 eyelashes, but first we're going to curl our eyelashes. Just because I have no eyeliner on, I really like to curl my eyelashes and then I apply mascara before and I do it after as well, just to blend them in even more. So here I am just putting some mascara on. I have the ugliest, shortest little lashes ever, so that's why I'm always wearing fake eyelashes. And also putting that on the bottom lashes as well. Then I was thinking about lips and I decided the lip option number 1 is going to be nude, because if you're not like me and you don't really care if people think your makeup is too dramatic or whatever, if you're going outside of the house with some super dramatic makeup on during the day, I don't care about that, but if you do, then I would definitely suggest going with a nude lip for this look because the eyes are so intense. You could wear something so nude and it would look so good. And I'm taking this NARS lip pencil. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but it will be in the bottom bar. And I don't really know what this lipstick type thing is either, so I will link it below or in the bottom description box as well. Then I'm just popping my eyelashes on. I would leave this whole clip in here, but there's no point to that. I'll just, if you guys want to see, I can make a whole separate video on how I apply my eyelashes with and without eyeliner, if that would be helpful for you guys. But since this is a black eyeshadow look, it really doesn't matter if you're wearing eyeliner or not, so I just didn't decide to do eyeliner. Now I'm putting some mascara on those falsies and the bottom lashes again one more time just to blend them even more. And I also put a little mascara on the actual lashes as well because they were looking a little too thin for my liking with this black look on the eyes. And this is how that look looks. That look is with the nude lips, and I really liked this. It's very wearable, I think, for me. And then lip option number 2, I decided to go with something dark, so I'm just wiping basically the inner of the lipstick that I had on. Now I'm going in with MAC Stone. Oh my gosh, I know it's so typical of a beauty guru or a beauty vlogger, whatever you want to call it, to use the color MAC Stone, but I love this shade, and you can manipulate it so many different ways depending on what you have underneath. That's why I left a little bit of pink underneath, because I kind of wanted that pink to show through rather than just the dark stone color. Alright guys, so here's the finished look with the MAC Lipstick Stone. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I did, and I will be trying to post another video super soon, so thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye!